Dilip Bhat also joins us now in this conversation. Dilip, good afternoon. What are your thoughts first on Indusind Bank? Of course, we'll have numbers pretty soon. What's your house call on that stock?
I think Indusind Bank is one of the stocks that we like a lot, and it's on our top pick. And I think this quarter is going to be a little rough for them, without any doubt at the moment. And possibly even the coming quarter may be a tad disappointing. But overall, I think this is a stock which one will always look when to buy rather than thinking about anything else. So I would say that Indusind Bank, in spite and despite whatever are the numbers this time, I think we will always think that this is a stock to be recommended to be included in the portfolio.
Okay, well, Dilip, hi, good afternoon. I wanted to ask you about Max Ventures because that's the other big stock that's moving around. Dilip, how are you positioned on a stock like Max Ventures now, especially after the deal that took place, and in general, you know, the NBFC space where there's so much action these days?
Well, we don't cover this particular stock, so I don't have any great idea on this. But having said that, I think I don't know much about their manufacturing side. But I think the verticals that they are getting into, the real estate or maybe even the NBFC space, I think real estate is something which possibly may not really prove to be that remunerative. Maybe they are not in that, the learning curve has still to happen as far as they are concerned. So I would be a little apprehensive about the kind of verticals they are getting into. But one thing must be said, that this management certainly looks pretty good on an overall basis. So I think that's maximum that we can say about that. But apart from that, I would reserve my comments.
Your thoughts, Dilip, on ABB?
Well, I think ABB, in spite of the lackluster performance, it continues to be the favorite of the market. I mean, the valuations are pretty stiff in this. And I think they are looking for such big ticket orders. Of course, as what you all mentioned, it's a JV right now. But still, I think some of these orders will really set ABB once again and on everybody's radar. And I think ABB for a good is very good for long term, without any doubt, despite its valuations not being so very reasonable. But on a long term basis, yes, ABB looks good.
Okay. Dilip, the other stock that I wanted to discuss with you is Jet Airways. Do you get a sense that the worst is priced in on this stock, way off its highs, but of late we have seen some rally?
Sure, I think Jet Airways possibly may show some further rise from the current levels, but clearly oil being where it is at the moment, even though it has come off, I think this intermittent rise of oil now and then, I think it's really casting its shadow. And maybe we have reached a point where the volume, it's a trade-off between the volume growth which Jet Airways can show and the variable cost of oil that can really impact the cost and the profitability. Having said that, I think Jet Airways is something which possibly now probably will not fall as one of the core bets or one of the top picks. I think I would prefer to remain neutral on that. I wouldn't recommend it to buy either.
Okay, well, before we let you go, Dilip, just wanted your quick thoughts on TCS and Infosys ahead of the numbers. Would you be bullish? Would you be skeptical? How are you positioned here?
Well, I think the way the stocks have really come off, this certainly makes it a good space to enter at the moments, and maybe at a slightly lower levels too. So I think more than the results, everybody will be very keenly trying to know what commentary the management makes, and you know, of course, what kind of impact it's going to have because of the H-1B visa change norms and the impact on the profitability. But I think, having said that, I think a lot of it is priced in. So on a risk return basis, I think both the stocks really stand out. And on a longer term basis, I think both the stocks should be purchased on decline.
Okay.